Hey y'all, welcome back. Oh, my mic is just sitting sideways. Welcome back to the party. It's me, your girl BrittReacts, and today we're going to react to a highly requested one. This is Josh Johnson, the priest, and the pickle. Y'all just do with that what you will. I got nothing else to say.
Okay. I know I'm getting older now because I've realized that a lot of people that I knew when I was young have passed away because of basic math. Do you know what I mean? Like, there'll just be someone that you're thinking about where you're like, oh man, they were old when I was a kid and I pay bills now, so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, oof. I went to a Catholic school in high school, and there was a priest there that I thought was hilarious. I don't even remember his name. I feel bad about it, but you know, he was dope, and he would do mass because we would have mass before classes and stuff, and he would always forget to turn his mic off.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. One of my favorite things is when someone like starts a story with a like deep sigh and a, okay, because you know there is nothing but shenanigans on the other side of the story. It's like they are just exhaling to tell you the foolishness. It's like one of my favorite things. It's just a telltale sign that on the other side of that deep breath is foolishness. I'll say it time and time again. One of my favorite things about Josh is how conversational he is. And it is almost like you just feel like you're like sitting around having a drink and listening to him tell you stories that happen to have these punches in them, but they're full of fact and truth. And I don't know if that's more sad or more funny, but I'll take it. I'm also starting to realize that he has a uniform. He has a uniform. It's a zip-up hoodie of a neutral palette and a blue jean. Literally a uniform. Unless on the Daily Show, when I watch him on the Daily Show, he's in a suit. I like it. All right, let's see what's going on here with this priest who left his microphone on. This can only be going downhill.
Consistently. I don't even think he knew it had an off button. He would always forget to turn his mic off, and then he would take the sacrament, right? Which is a cracker. And then every time
Why was that funny to people?
Next to his mic, it sounded like he was losing a tooth every week. It was never not hilarious.
What?
I remember the first time it happened, I was like, did he crack his soul? What? And you know, I'm not
Just leaning on the
Catholic,
wall.
but I would sometimes, when we would have a retreat or something, I would go to the confession just to like do it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because there's a certain power in going to confession when you're not Catholic, because you're gonna tell someone a bunch of stuff they can't tell anybody else. And then they're gonna tell you what to do about it, and you're just gonna nod. Like,
Is that how that honestly works? I am not Catholic. I did not grow up Catholic. My mother and her siblings grew up Catholic, but didn't practice Catholicism when by the time I was born, none of them still practice Catholicism. So I literally, like, what I know about the Catholic faith is like what I see on TV and in movies. And is it that straightforward? And what's the rule of like what you're not like if someone comes in and confesses a heinous crime, is there like a law or something that the priest can, I don't know, or do they have to keep that inside? I mean, they don't even know who they're talking to, I guess. I don't know. This feels very complicated to me. The man keeps leaning on the wall. He's just chilling. He's just chilling. Why did people laugh when he talked about the sacrament? In Baptist Christianity, we call it communion. And it's literally just like, I've had a few forms of it, but think of like an oyster cracker, or I don't know, sometimes they're like a flat wafer cracker. Never, and I do mean never, have I had, I mean, I've had like stale ones and everything, but never have I had a communion cracker that would even remotely sound like I was cracking a tooth. They always just like dissolve in your mouth. And then you immediately wash it down with a teeny tiny capful of grape juice. I'm not sure if they do that in the sacrament, as he called it, but I'm just trying to understand, like, were they eating croutons? What is the sacrament? Is it a crouton? Is it a crouton? Because that's the only thing I can think of. Nothing is worse than listening to people chew. In my house, my family knows, like, if there's not a TV on or some type of noise, don't sit by me when you're eating. Just don't. And I know there's like a phobia for that. And I think I may have it because it like makes my skin crawl. Okay.
About it, and you're just gonna nod. Like,
he's dead serious.
so I went to confession, and we it wasn't as much of a confession because I think he knew I wasn't Catholic, so it was more of a conversation, right?
Like
and
this.
In the conversation, he said something that stuck with me ever since, where he was like, I don't know. This is him. I don't know if there's a God.
Wow.
But I've read the Bible, and I feel like, God or not, that this is the best way to live my life. I feel like I'm happier, I'm kinder to people. I feel better with this thing than without it. So that's just me, right? And I had never heard someone, especially someone like in a church, like of the church, speak so candidly about their beliefs, right? I'd ask people my entire life straight up, hard questions. And sometimes they'd be like, well, God has a plan. But when...
Okay, so at first you hear it and it's a bit jarring because you're like, a priest admits that. But when you think about it, right, none of us know God. Like, I know my husband. I can see him. I can talk to him. He talks back to me. But I guess none of us know for sure if there's truly a God, if you're thinking of know in a way, a tangible way, like knowledge from a book, wisdom from, you know what I mean? Like, there's actual physical proof. But the power in believing in a higher power is that you know from your experiences, from your testimonies, from your faith. And that's really what faith is. It's a blind belief. And it's why it's so powerful for so many of us, because to believe in something that you really don't know if it's there or not. But like the priest said, it makes you a better person. It makes you live better. It gives you something to cling to. And I say this all the time. Sometimes you just need something to ground and anchor you. And for me, that is my Christianity. That is my faith. That is my belief in God. But do I know there is a God? For me, without a shadow of a doubt, is what they'll say in church. But do I know in a literal human way? Like, do you know what I mean? Just it's almost like, do y'all know me, right? No, none of you know me, but you know me. And so, yeah, I think that's such a powerful thing. And I think something like that would have stuck with me as well as a teenager, especially in the world where adults are very like, kids should be seen and not heard. Kids should just listen to what they're told. For an adult in the religious hierarchy to be so honest with you, that's a powerful thing. It's super powerful. I agree.
God has a plan.
What's the plan?
But when somebody hits you with, I don't know either, it really stops both of you. I remember the moment he said it, I was like, oh, I hope I didn't break.
Priest.
I hope I didn't break a priest. You gotta go to hell if you break a priest. But he was like, no, I don't know. But I think that even if nothing happens when you die,
Right.
even if there's no God, by the time I'm gone,
Oh, wait.
I'll be pretty happy about the way that I lived my life.
Okay, yes. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
And I thought about that the other day.
You lived a good life. You lived for other people. You were kind.
And I was like, ooh, I was 14. And he was like 84. So
The man says he now has the answer to if there is a heaven or an earth. His face!
I definitely missed a funeral. I definitely. Okay. I don't drive because I'm a terrible driver.
Was that the
like I
priest and the
failed
pickle?
my driving test. And I'm out of practice since then. And so I don't drive, but I get driven. I take Ubers and stuff like that. Friends have given me rides and stuff. So I understand the value of gas money. And, you know,
He's always so like...
it always felt like some classic 90s late night joke to talk about gas prices and if they were high or they're getting so high or whatever. And at least right now, gas, at least in most states, is on the lower side. It's cheaper. It's trending down, actually. It's cheaper than it was last week at the time that I'm saying this, right?
Right. Right.
Don't quote me years from now.
Don't quote me next
Mr.
month.
Moneybags thinks that gas is cheap. It's like, no. I'm saying that as of September 4th, 2024, gas is trending down. It's cheaper than it was last week. It's cheaper than it was a month ago. And it's down from a year ago, right? And I think that because of that, gas stations are maybe hurting a little bit, and they're starting to sell extra stuff that is a bad business model, right? Like extra stuff that shouldn't even be at the gas station. Like I saw gas station flowers. Fellas, if you ever mess up and you're thinking about what you did and you're on your way home and you're feeling apologetic, but you don't want, you messed up too bad to just text. You can't just be like, I'm sorry, LOL. It's not gonna work.
LOL.
You're like, I gotta make this right? And so you're getting your apology ready in your head, and then, you see that the tank's pretty close to E. You're like, let me be responsible, fill up the family car, right? And then you get to the gas station, you fill up the car, and then you see inside that there are flowers. Real flowers.
Do you get them? Real.
At the gas station. If you walk in and you buy those flowers and you bring them home, she will leave you, all right?
You're like, how will she know? She will know. The quality of a flower from the gas station. I don't know. I don't know. First of all, let's be clear. The telltale sign to a cheap flower is like, when they come in like the bundle, if it's like all carnations and you've got some that are wilted, some that are snapped and hanging over, like, nah, telltale sign. If the bottom of the stems are like almost squishy because they've been sitting in water so long, telltale sign. If they smell like gasoline from the gas station, they might be bodega flowers. I don't know. It's the gesture kind, yes. Listen, every time this man opens his mouth, I hold my breath because he's like the most mischievous. He gets this like Chester smile. He's so mischievous in the way that he talks and he tells his stories. But just get the flowers, okay? It's better to go home with flowers from the gas station than with no flowers and text her and say, sorry, LOL. Then she's not leaving you. You're leaving her because your bags are packed and waiting for you outside of the front door. Take
she will
my
leave
advice.
you, all right? Gas station flowers look like an omen. Like,
I've never seen a gas
they're
station
just
flower.
dead enough to be alive. I've never seen anything like it. Like, and for sale of regular price flowers too. There was a bouquet that was in a bucket with a bunch of other bouquets, and I looked and the sign said $9.99 for these very dead. There's no vegetation around. These flowers were clearly shipped in like the back of a fridge or something.
Oh gosh.
Flowers are big. Salads.
Where are we going
I'm
with
all
this?
for people eating their greens. And I think we should be healthier as a country. But if you buy
That
a
transition
gas
threw me off,
station
Josh.
salad,
Oh.
you have just used your credit or debit card to pay for E. coli, right? E. coli is supposed to be microscopic, but you can see it on a gas station salad. You can see it tap dancing in there. You can see it waiting to get inside you, excited. Eat me, please. I was at a gas station in Kentucky and saw, for sale apparently,
Apparently.
a loose pickle.
What does he mean by loose? Oh, is this the pickle? Caprice and the pickle?
When I say a loose pickle, I want you to understand I said it right.
I did question.
I was at the gas station. My friend was getting gas. I was gonna buy a bottle of water. And as I'm walking towards the fridge with the waters in it, I pass a shelf. The shelf has pickles laid out on the shelf.
Oh, absolutely not. I thought he meant because you can go to gas stations and they have a giant jar of pickles and they have a tong and they have plastic bags and they'll pick it out. Because I'll eat one of those. They're so juicy and salty and just full of all the cholesterol and sodium I don't need. And those are the things that you get like at the country gas stations with the Cajun boiled peanuts because yes, for a road trip, yes. Or they have like the hot red sausage in the red water, or you can even get like a boiled egg just floating around. But to lay them out, to sunbathe and collect dust and other particles, people spitting along the aisle, is diabolical and call the police. It's illegal. That's disgusting.
And a price tag right under it, $1.99
Per pickle.
for these loose pickles.
Why is he calling them loose? It's so gross. Like a Lucy, like a cigarette.
$1.99 for these loose pickles. They're just on a very dusty shelf.
What did I say?
And they were wet. Like they had pickle juice on them. And it was a mystery I needed to solve because in my head, I was like, what could have happened here? Because this was like a mom and pop gas station. It wasn't like a Circle K or, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like anything
Circle
like that.
K.
It wasn't a Shell or anything. It was just like a regular
Josh is from the South.
independent
He said Circle
gas
K.
station. There's very few now, and I guess I can see why. But this loose pickle is just
Please stop saying loose pickle.
on the shelf with some other loose pickles, like, but it's wet. And in my head, I was like, this is like either a miracle or the worst business idea I've ever seen in my entire
Where are we
life.
going with this?
Can
Why
you
would that be a
imagine someone
miracle?
pitching, look, pickles taste like pickle. All right? Just throw them out there. Don't put them in a jar. Don't let them soak in pickle juice. They're gonna taste like pickle no matter what you do, all right? Sure, there's a little dust. That dust is character, okay? But truly what I think happened, because this is like an indie, mom and pop gas station, I think somebody went in there. And don't get me wrong, a person who's out of their mind, they went in there.
Out of their
and they
mind.
were like, hey, let me get the whole jar of pickles, but no pickles.
Some people drink pickle juice. Like for cramps, right?
I just want the juice
And the jar.
and the jar. And then this mom and pop gas station owner said, rightfully so, excuse me? Sir, I want the jar and the juice, hold the pickles, and I'll pay whatever price you want. And so then this very old man was like, okay. Because what do you charge for that? If somebody says, name your price, I would charge like $300. $300 would make me feel comfortable about
Eating
making a
loose
sale
pickles?
to a serial killer, right? I wouldn't even say three, maybe 500. I think 500 would make me more comfortable about what I had to do while somebody watched. You know what I mean? No, 5,000. $5,000 would be my price because I would want them to have to pay so much that they couldn't get far, and when I called the police, they wouldn't be.
Josh.
They'd just
Josh.
be one tank of gas away.
Josh.
Loose pickles.
I'm sorry. I love that you can hear like the clatter of the servers taking plates away, and you just heard somebody say, "Can you take your tickets out?" Like, I love that's how intimate this venue is. I wonder if his upcoming tour that I told you guys, I'm literally on the wait list for like 3 cities near me. Josh, please, Josh, have your people reach out to my people. I will be there. I film it. But I'm just saying, I wonder if like his new venues, I didn't look at the venues. I should go back and look at the venues if they are this intimate, because I love that. This feels so like, I don't think a comedian is more funny than when he first starting out, like doing the smaller venues. Whoa, I'm okay. Doing the smaller venues, like he's never more funny than like when he's in the trenches. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. All right, let's wrap this up, Josh. So the priest in the pickle could be the priest in the pickle as in the question of, do you believe in God? Or it could be the priest in the pickle as in the priest in the loose pickles. Or maybe Josh is going to bring this home for us and round it out, and there really is a priest in the pickle in the same room.
Loose pickles.
It's so gross. And I
And I
love a
asked
pickle.
him, I was like, so your pickles over there, what's the deal with that? Because they're just loose on the shelf. And the guy, dude, I'm not even getting, the guy goes, what?
He didn't know. He didn't know.
I was like, your pickles are loose on the shelf. Because now I'm getting nervous. So your pickles are loose on the shelf. And he's like, what? And he's like cursing under his breath. And then he goes over there to the aisle where I pointed. And he's like, not again!
I did not see this coming. And I don't even know why it's so funny that he didn't know the pickles were loose. As if the pickles got out the jar and ran away and they like escaped. He's like, not again. Who's bringing this old man?
Again.
Oh no. Oh no. Josh, please explain.
And he's
this.
like, not again. I was like, wait, so this happened before? Like, you didn't want this to happen? Like, a weird stranger didn't come in here and pay you $5,000 for just the jar and the juice? And this dude explained to me while I bought my bottle of water that a resident weirdo comes in every couple of months and slyly takes all the pickles out
Where is the jar that he can
of the
access
jar
them?
and runs out with the jar and the juice.
Where are the pickles? Where is the pickle jar? Because in my experience, the pickle jar, like, is always like right at the register, so that where are you leaving the pickles? Are they next to the peanuts and the hot dogs so people can self-serve themselves? Sir, put them next to you. This person, whoever this neighborhood weirdo is a menace to society. Jail right now. Why are you doing that? And how long does it take you?
And runs out with the jar and the juice.
Not again.
And he said, this
Josh
dude
was
said,
kinda right.
I have alerted the authorities multiple times.
This is so stupid. It has to be true. Kentucky, are y'all okay?
But they say there's nothing
They can
that they
do
can do. Because he's stealing, but it's not like a priced amount. And I was like,
$5,000.
may I offer a suggestion? Pickles, $1.99 each. Jar, $5,000.
Oh, Lord. I want y'all to know I simply did not see that coming. I didn't see it coming. I thought we were getting another story about the freaking archdiocese and oh, Lord. Y'all, we need to check on the state of Kentucky because there are people out there just stealing pickle jars full of juice. Why? Oh, man, Josh, please open up some seats. I need to be there. I will pay the price. I'm not asking for them for free. I'm just asking you to open up some seats. Anyway, that was highly hilarious from beginning to end. And he told like 4 different stories like he always does. Each one was a hit. All right, do with that what you will. If you have some extra tickets, email me. Go and have the day you deserve.